giving a story time on when I tore my hamstring. In case you don't know what, somehow you don't know what your hamstring is, it's the back of your thigh. Um, which yeah, and if you know me quite well, I play a lot of football. Well, I don't play a lot of football anymore, or a lot of proper football. I'll tell you why. It's because in April 2018, I had torn my hamstring, and I'll get into why I don't play a lot of football anymore. Okay, so I think it's the 11th. Oh, no, it's the 11th of April 2018. It was half term. It was Easter holidays. It was a 2-week half term, and I went to a thing at my old football club I used to play for. There was like a week training thing for like 6 hours a day, and I wasn't getting a lot of sleep then. So conserving energy was a huge thing, which I didn't take seriously. I thought, you know what, this is the week where I show my full potential. So I just went all out, and I didn't rest a lot. I just gave everything I had. I didn't stretch at all, so that could be partially a reason why I may have got injured, but I was giving it my all. I wasn't taking a lot of breaks, I wasn't getting a lot of rest, and I wasn't taking precautions before training for 6 hours every day, without a lot of sleep and a lot of rest. So on Wednesday, it was about half an hour till the session ended. It was about 2:45 in the afternoon. I just felt this sorry. Like, it felt like a stabbing pain. It's just gone straight through my hamstring. And my God, this is one of the, I couldn't walk properly, because if I put any, you know, any pressure of walking properly on my hamstring, it would kill. It would feel like I'm being stabbed. It was a really sharp pain. I could feel it popping. I could feel it tearing. It was awful. I obviously, if you know me, I play a lot of violent stuff, but I don't like gory stuff in real life. So when I felt like the tearing sensation in my hamstring, I was like, oh no. And that injury, I tried to rest a lot the day before because I couldn't walk properly. I could hardly walk at all. So I tried to get as much rest as I could the day before to try and go back stronger than ever on Thursday, you know. But I got I got a lot of rest, considering it was me. Like, to me, I got a lot of rest. And I went back. I still couldn't walk the next morning. I thought, okay, maybe I just need to, you know, get used to walking a bit. You know, if I maybe it could be I was woken up and I just had a rest. I just had to sleep and stuff. So I went to football, as you do, as any hungry young person would want to go to football. Someone who is as passionate as me about football and shit. So I went there, and then I still felt the pain, as heavy as it still was, and as soon as I did it. But I didn't think nothing of it. I felt like, oh, you know, I just need to, you know, walk in it a bit, you know, be a man, and just keep going, because I take my football as like Roy Keane would. He would carry on like blood and thunder sort of shit. So I carried on, and as you know, like I just said, innit, I don't stop playing football for nothing. Back then I didn't anyways. Now I can't play a lot of football. But yeah, I didn't play as well, like that day. I felt, oh, you know what, I'm injured, face of fact. So the only reason why I stayed that day and kept on trying to perform as well, because I had a big ego back then. I wasn't self-conscious of what anyone had to say. I had a huge ego which was keeping me going, just thinking, come on, Aaron, it's just one day. It's one day, yeah? You can get through this. You can just show that even with your injury that you're not, you know, you're not going to be affected. So I had a big ego at the time, so that proves why. So I kept on. and it looked my performance that day compared to how I was like the day before I tore my hamstring. I was top. I was in top form. You know when you're really enjoying something because you're doing so well at it, you're succeeding, and you enjoy it. That was me. Although at school I didn't really show my full self because it was a really small pitch. I was back then I was a really good player. I was quite skinny then as well. Also, I was a really good player outside of school grounds because the pitch was too small, and I would get bullied because I would get bashed. I'm not physically imposing at all, so I didn't show my full self in school. Outside of school, when I'm in my own element, when I'm playing like how I want to play, where I have the space to do it, that's when I come out to play. So I was playing really well back then. I was top performing. I think maybe my best ever performance, like best of a time period of performing well in my own eyes, but I could be wrong. So because I thought, oh come on, Aaron, you got this, and like at the end of the week, you would get like a trophy thing for whoever had like the best mindset, and who kept persisting, and who was polite, and who didn't give up basically. It was about sportsmanship you get an award for. So I thought, come on, Aaron, you're gonna win. Come on, Aaron. I've come in for 3 days now. This is a Thursday morning. Thursday, sorry. I came in for 4 days now. One more day. Come on, get this over with. Push through it, and you'll achieve it. So I did do that. I won the trophy, and I felt really proud of myself. Yeah. But that didn't air. Okay, Mark, can I just say something? The match on the big match at the end on Friday was oh my god, I was unplayable. You know what, Aaron? He when we were walking out to get the goals and stuff to do the big match, like the half-an-hour match at the end, my coach said to me, "Have you ever won a trophy before?" Why? And he's like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah." So it'd be really good to win one this week today. Because I've been going a week and I have my mind on that. I was like, I didn't focus on anything else. The injury didn't bother me. I kept going. I have my mind focused. My voice just went. I have my mind focused on that one trophy. And I won it. That match, I was like, come on, Aaron. He seems like he's gonna give me it. Come on, just get through this now. You've got it. It was like when Leicester won the Premier League of the last day of the season, when they just like. When Mark O'Brien and Jamie Vardy brushed through Everton's defence, that's what I was like. And then game finished, and I won the trophy, and I felt so proud of myself. Little did I know how bad my injury actually really was. Because I had my ego at the time was huge, so I was just brushing the injury to the side, like sweeping it under the carpet, because that wasn't the main thing. Injured or not, I was still going to do it. So I would just I didn't really bother about my injury until later on that day. My hamstring started swelling up. Jesus, it was disgusting. I hope you guys never go through it because it's awful. And today, because me and Harry are doing some weight loss thing where we're going on runs, he's going on bike rides as well as runs, both eating healthy. I came to my senses, but I have never been the same since I got that injury. I've been playing well, or when I do play football properly, I've been playing well, but I'm never going to top that of like before I got my injury. Back then I was just, all play, no shame sort of thing. All work, no complain, basically. I didn't complain, I did whine a lot back then because I'm very passionate about the game, but I used to just get on with it. So I feel like that's the best thing you got to do. Because so that was good. My injury, it was awful at the time. It didn't hurt a lot after the first week back to school. That's the last week of half term, and it went away. The pain fully went away in like 3 weeks. But I was never the same. I used to play up front back, but no, I used to play as CAM. I'm a midfielder or a right winger, because passing is my preferred game. But in January 2019, we played a game against a rival team. I played right back because I felt like I'm like Mac Doherty when he was at Wolves. He was attacking right back, but couldn't really defend. but just enjoyed playing it at wing back. Not exactly the winger because it's too much to handle, too much pressure. But as well as a wing back, I can play the ball through. I played really well that game, and I felt like I cemented my play as a wing back, as a right wing back. That's what hard work gets you. No matter what condition it is, hard work's gonna get you what you want. A place in the team. Because I went there so much, and I proved everyone so much that I'm a decent player. I always got picked for a game when I went to training. Like I would always get picked for a match against another team, against another team in the area. Because I was like a starter when I used to go to training. I was a without a doubt player sort of thing. The only time I would miss it is if I was injured. That's it. So when I requested to play as a wing back, because I felt like I could really take on that role as an attacking right back. When I requested to play there, I did, and I showed that I really could do it. I got past a couple of players, passing the ball, taking corners, because my word, I'm a good corner taker. And in just general, running up and down the wing, or overlapping as well. No, I didn't overlap. I stayed in position in case we lost it. But I would have liked to overlap, because if I was a manager, I would put my wing backs to overlap. So yeah, that's it. I haven't really been interested. I have been interested in football, but times right now, my mental health hasn't been all there, and it still isn't. Which is why I'm making a lot more of these videos where I can just sit and talk to you guys instead of playing and stretching myself out. So I haven't really been getting into football because that's not my mind. That's not what I'm focused on right now. But yeah, anyways, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, please do like, subscribe, and see ya.